I write this on the eve of the Democratic National Convention, held in the year of our Lord, 2020. It seems a familiar face has been snubbed by our dear party leaders, or would have been, had the internet not revolted. Who was graced with such an honor? Was it John Kasich, a lifelong Republican? You'd be forgiven for such a reasonable guess, but no. Perhaps it was Minority Leader Schumer. After all, how many near septuagenarians can you have on one stage at the same time? There must be a limit on these sorts of things, per FCC regulations. Not to worry, he'll be there with another riveting speech, no doubt, perfectly genuine gesturing in tow. Of course, the originally non-invited I'm talking about is none other than Andrew Yang, the UBI-hailing political upstart that outperformed all reasonable expectations one could have had for him in the recent Democratic primary, outraising and outlasting the newly minted VP pick. With such an overperformance by a grassroots-driven candidate, you'd think the Pelosi's and Schumers of the world would want to capture some of that excitement and crossover appeal. Surely, a Democrat that converts Trump voters at such an impressively high clip would be a valuable asset for an ascendant blue team. Apparently not, and the only plausible explanation available is that the policy goals and values that Yang endorses have no place in a Democratic Party built by, for, and of the rich. This is disappointing, but to be expected. Let's face it, these people are assholes. But there's a different thorn in my side that I can't quite shake. Now, after a clear as day shunning, or as clear as you'll get in this two-faced extravaganza we call politics, will progressives finally understand that they and Andrew Yang are on the same side? I worry that they won't, so I point to the arguments in his book, everything he said while on the trail, every policy he's endorsed, and the weakness of any counter-arguments put forth. To be fair, there are always substantive critiques to make against any set of policy proposals. In a game this complex with this many trade-offs, it's expected to have disagreements about optimal tax structures and healthcare schemes. What isn't expected is an outright character assassination, or an immediate dismissal because of, at bottom, stupid reasons. The arguments went as follows. 1. Yang's freedom dividend, the most radical policy proposal in modern US history, which even the oft-mentioned Scandinavian countries haven't dared to pass, isn't radical enough. 2. Businessman bad. 3. He's an Asian white nationalist. And 4. A branding error means treason. There are two lefts. There's what the left could become, and there's the left that I see. The left that I see continues to eat itself, forming coalitions based on skin color and genitalia. Meanwhile, those with the actual power co-opt their movements in an obvious gesture of signaling and appeasement. Many don't seem to care, happy with their symbolic victories as economic ruin hits millions. I don't know how to put this any clearer. Focus on things that actually matter. And when someone consistently fights for those things, don't cast him aside because at some point he owned a business.